On January 13, 2026, the historic streets of Siena, Italy, served as the backdrop for a pivotal moment in modern Grand Prix racing. Inside the Accademia Musicale Chigiana, Prima Pramac Yamaha MotoGP became the first organization to pull the covers off their 2026 challenger. This was not merely a ceremonial unveiling of a new livery, it was a strategic declaration of intent. By launching ahead of the factory squads, Pramac signaled a psychological shift in the paddock hierarchy. The striking new colors represent a definitive break from their storied past and the beginning of an era defined by autonomy and massive technical reinvention. While the aesthetic was the immediate focus, the underlying atmosphere in Siena was one of calculated urgency. For a team that once dominated with European machinery, this early reveal was the first move in a high-stakes campaign to prove that their transition to Japanese power was not a regression, but a necessary evolution. To understand the gravity of Pramac's current position, one must look back at the immense success they abandoned. In 2024, the team reached the summit of the sport, securing the Team World Championship with Ducati, a feat rarely achieved by an independent entry. However, the decision to pivot to Yamaha following internal paddock shifts in 2025 initially appeared to be a catastrophic gamble.
That first transitional year was marked by technical inconsistencies and a steep learning curve that saw the team slip from the front of the grid. Yet, the 2026 launch suggests that the difficult year was a deliberate sacrifice. The team's management has framed the 2025 struggles as a foundation-building phase, essential for the long-term project they are now unveiling. The tension remains palpable. Can a team that tasted ultimate glory on the world's most dominant bike find that same magic within a completely different engineering philosophy? At the heart of the 2026 project lies a fundamental shift in Yamaha's DNA, the move toward a V4 engine configuration. For years, Yamaha's adherence to the inline-4 was both their greatest strength in corner speed and their fatal flaw in straight-line combat. The new V4 power unit represents a total philosophical overhaul aimed at reclaiming lost ground in acceleration and top-end velocity. This technical pivot is designed to directly address the deficit in overtaking capability that has plagued Yamaha riders in recent seasons. However, a new engine brings a host of complexities, particularly regarding chassis stiffness and weight distribution. The success of this season hinges entirely on how quickly the team can harmonize this raw power with the agile handling characteristics Yamaha is traditionally known for.
It is a high-wire act of engineering, where the consequences of a miscalculation will be measured in tenths of a second on the start-finish straight. Spearheading the technical refinement of this new V4 machine is veteran Jack Miller. His retention in the 2026 lineup is a strategic necessity rather than a mere coincidence. Miller brings a wealth of experience from multiple manufacturers, giving him a unique analytical perspective that is vital for a project in its infancy. His primary objective is not just race results, but the systematic debugging of the V4 prototype. Miller's feedback will dictate the direction of electronics mapping and power delivery, factors that directly impact rear tire life during the closing laps of a Grand Prix. The team is relying on his ability to translate complex on-track sensations into actionable data for the engineers in Iwata. If Miller can accelerate the development cycle, Pramac gains a head start. If the development stalls, the entire season risks becoming another year of expensive testing. His role is the bridge between theoretical engineering and competitive reality. While Miller provides the technical foundation, the arrival of Toprak Razgatlıoğlu has injected a surge of adrenaline into the Yamaha project. The Turkish sensation is no longer a prospect, but a confirmed threat. During his public testing debut in Valencia, Razgatlıoğlu defied the traditional learning curve of the premier class, clocking a time just 1.3
seconds adrift of the established pace setters. He immediately secured the title of the fastest rookie on the grid. This performance was a shock to the paddock, proving that his aggressive, late-braking style, honed in production-based racing, translates effectively to the rigid, high-performance demands of a MotoGP prototype. His pace suggests a natural affinity for the Yamaha's front-end feel, a critical component for achieving the lean angles required in modern GP racing. Toprak is not just here to learn, he is here to disrupt the established order, and his early data suggests he has the tools to do so. Yamaha enters the 2026 season holding a unique strategic card, the Lee Status Concession Status. Under the current regulatory framework, Yamaha is the only manufacturer benefiting from this specific tier of assistance, a direct result of their previous lack of podium consistency. For Toprak Razgatlıoğlu, this is an invaluable gift. While rival rookies are restricted by tight testing bands, Toprak will have significantly more track time to master the V4's nuances. This begins with an additional shakedown test in Malaysia at the end of January, an opportunity usually reserved for test riders. This extra mileage is designed to compress 3 years of learning into a single season.
The ability to test during the season allows the team to trial new aerodynamic components dan engine maps in real time, providing a living development cycle that their competitors at Ducati dan Aprilia simply do not have the legal freedom to match. The Valencia test served as a crucial data contradiction to the narrative that Yamaha was still lost. The metrics gathered from Toprak's side of the garage revealed a bike that, while still in development, possesses a high ceiling for performance. Engineers noted that Razgatlıoğlu's ability to maintain high corner entry speed without sacrificing exit stability was a key indicator of the V4's potential. This momentum shift has altered the team's internal projections for 2026. Rather than focusing solely on finishing races, the narrative has shifted toward competitive parity. The data suggests that the new engine's torque curve is more manageable than previous iterations, allowing for better tire management over a full race distance. This breakthrough in Valencia was the first tangible evidence that the V4 gamble might actually pay off, turning skepticism into a cautious, data-driven optimism that permeated the Siena launch. With the technical and strategic pieces in place, the pressure on the Pramac squad has reached a boiling point. The team management has publicly stated that Razgatlıoğlu is the future of Yamaha, a label that carries immense weight.
The expectation is no longer just to be the best rookie, but to actively challenge the established heavyweights of the sport. Internal reports suggest the team is targeting podium finishes as early as the mid-season. This creates a fascinating internal conflict. How do you balance the slow, methodical development required by a new engine with the explosive win-now ambitions of a rider like Toprak? The risk of overreaching is high. Pushing the V4 to its limits too early could lead to mechanical failures or crashes that stall the development lead Miller has worked to build. The 2026 season will be a constant tug-of-war between the patience of the engineers and the hunger of the riders. The most audacious claim surrounding the 2026 Pramac launch is the belief that Toprak Razgatlıoğlu can directly rival 8-time world champion Marc Marquez. While this remains in the realm of paddock speculation, the team's confidence is rooted in the safe language of performance metrics. Some observers believe that Toprak's unconventional braking technique is the only style capable of matching Marquez's legendary front-end safe ability. Nothing has been confirmed on track yet, but the narrative of a new king challenging the old guard is exactly what the sport and Yamaha needs. This rivalry represents the ultimate fallout of the 2026 technical reset.
If a rookie on a developing V4 can trade pain with a legend on a proven machine, it will validate every risk Pramac took when they walked away from Ducati. The stage is set for a confrontation that could redefine the power dynamics of the premier class for the next decade. As the 2026 season looms, the Prima Pramac Yamaha MotoGP project stands as a testament to the power of reinvention. The journey from the historic streets of Siena to the high-speed curves of Sepang and beyond is more than just a racing calendar. It is a test of a new philosophy. The combination of Jack Miller's veteran stability and Toprak Razgatlıoğlu's raw, unbridled speed, backed by the technical freedom of these status concessions, has created a perfect storm for Yamaha's resurgence. Whether the V4 engine will ultimately conquer the field remains to be seen. But the era of Pramac being a mere satellite team is over. They have positioned themselves as a factory-level operation in all but name. As the lights go out for the first round, the focus will be on the track, where the theories of winter will finally meet the cold reality of competition. The rise of a new MotoGP star has begun, and the world is watching.